Hi there, I'm Dr. Stephanie Falk. Happy New Year, happy 2022. I hope that 2021 ended in a positive way for you and that you took the chance to celebrate and to look back over your year. If you haven't had that chance yet, I strongly encourage you to hit your pause button, to take a few steps back and to reflect on the things that were really precious and meaningful throughout the year and the things that were really hard. We don't often look back on things that are hard with fondness, and I totally get that, but I do think that pondering and reflecting on hard things that we've gone through during the year allows us a chance to grow and to learn and to gain a little bit more insight as we approach the new year. We have markers in life, natural markers, birthdays, anniversaries, the beginning of a new year. And I think that they afford us the opportunity to reflect just a little bit more on the meaning of life and what brings us a state of calm and satisfaction, what it means to live a good life. That's the question that I would kind of pose for you today is, what does it mean for you at this juncture in time to live a good life? And how would you have just a little bit more of that? Oftentimes people set goals and it can look like a long laundry list of goals and it can feel super overwhelming. And I think we often don't know how to get started and we feel discouraged and we feel like, wow, I sure have a lot of things to work on. I think probably all of us have numbers of things to work on, but it's really important to take one in turn. And so what I opt to do for the new year, and what I strongly encourage you to do, and anyone that I get the chance to talk to do, is to pick a word that represents some kind of trait that they'd like to expand. And in doing so would afford them to live even a better life, a more satisfying life. Some examples of what that word could be, I don't mean it to sound elusive, is organization, or compassion, or service, or peace, or maybe empowerment. Pick a word, an area of growth for you. Have it be the focal point for your year. Each and every day, you have the opportunity to get out of bed and to consider that word and to consider how you might want to enact the word that day. You can identify steps if you want. You can identify people that you want to enact that word with or through. I think that picking a word allows us to have a focal point that doesn't feel insurmountable and it doesn't have necessarily an objective measure around. And so we get to kind of chart our own experience and growth with that trait that the word represents. I hope that everyone has an absolutely beautiful 2022. I think that what we can count on is that we're going to have sweet, precious, wonderful moments, and we're also going to have hardships, some that we anticipate and others that just kind of pop up and we don't anticipate. There's some peace and security in choosing an active focus for your year as it relates to a quality that you want to expand, that through the sweet moments and through the difficult moments that I think arise throughout the course of the year, it can serve as an anchor. So if a difficult moment comes along and your word was peace, I think you can ask yourself, well, how do I apply peace to the situation? What can I learn from holding more peace? What would afford me more peace? If your word was organization, then you would do the same exact thing. In this specific situation that's hard and challenging, will organization help me out? Is there anything about organization that I can grow around through managing this difficult thing? I hope I've inspired you to pick a focal point. I think it can be really helpful, not only as an individual, but also as a couple to pick a focal point. Some couples might pick the word connection. Some might pick quality time. Some might pick more vulnerability or openness. If you have a word as a couple, it's also a really nice springboard that you can dialogue about. How are we doing with our word? Do you feel like we've made gains? How could we make more gains? So perhaps pick a word as a couple. If you are partnered with someone, definitely pick a word as an individual if you're watching and listening to this. I hope that you have a great year. And I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope this finds you having an absolutely beautiful day. Thank you.